All right, hello and a very good evening to you. Special thanks for joining us tonight on this edition of News at 9 KUTV on the 21st day of April 2025. Quite a lot of top stories lined up for you tonight, including world mourns the death of the 266th Pope of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis, who died aged 88 after battling double bout of pneumonia. Tough economic times termed as a major reason for quiet Easter celebrations this year, with Christians faithful remaining hopeful for a better tomorrow.
Fire iko hapa, kuna serikali iko hapa, lakini hatujapata mwelekeo.
Hatuwezi kuingia pia kufunga na mti ambao pia sasa wataanguka, so we are waiting for at least a shovel to come clear the road. Culvert zimewekwa, then tutakwenda kutoa hizo body chini.
And families of two missing kin who fell into a septic tank in Bamburi, Mombasa, to wait a little bit longer as county requests for additional equipment to aid in recovery process.
Mchezo ni kitu ya maana sana katika jamii, ni kitu ya maana sana katika afya yako kama mtu binafsi.
Plus, the 5th edition of the Busia Cross-Border Marathon kicks off with hundreds of youth encouraged to embrace sports for their physical well-being and national development.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Theo Macharia.
All right, and that's in order. Remember, this broadcast is coming to you live across our social media platforms, YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, or even across X at KUTV_Kenya. The hashtag to use is KUTV News, and all the sign language interpretation desk tonight is Margaret Migwe. We kick off tonight with the world is mourning the loss of Pope Francis, born Giorgi Marion Bergoglio, who passed away today in Vatican's Casa Santa Marta at the age of 88. His death brings an end to a remarkable 12-year tenure as the head of the Catholic Church, during which he will be remembered by millions across the world as a beacon of compassion, humility, and spiritual courage. My colleague Anyango Sylvia opens our bulletin tonight with this story.
Early Monday morning of the 21st April 2025 East African time, the world lost the notable head of the Catholic Church. Pope Francis passed away in Vatican's Casa Santa Marta at the age of 88. He succumbed to complications from double pneumonia after battling multiple health challenges, including respiratory infections and kidney issues in recent months. Despite showing signs of recovery earlier this month, his condition worsened following his final public appearance on Easter Sunday. Elected in 2013, Pope Francis was the first Jesuit and the first Latin American to lead the Catholic Church. His papacy was marked by his emphasis on humility, inclusivity, and addressing global challenges such as poverty and climate change. World leaders have expressed their condolences. This includes President William Ruto, who described Pope Francis' passing as a big loss to the Christian world, citing his unwavering commitment to justice. French President Emmanuel Macron praised his humility and dedication to the vulnerable. King Charles III and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer lauded his compassion and unity efforts. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky highlighted the Pope's ability to foster hope and unity during times of hardship. Nigerian President Bola Tinubu, on the other hand, called him a champion of the underprivileged and a beacon of hope for millions. Church bells rang globally, and several nations declared official mourning periods. The Pope's passing sets in motion the traditional mourning period, after which the College of Cardinals will convene to elect his successor. With Pope Francis' progressive leadership leaving a lasting imprint, the Catholic Church faces significant decisions about its future direction. Anyango Sylvia, KUTV.
And the late Pope Francis was the 266th and first Jesuit Pope of the Catholic Church, serving from 2013 to 2025. Born as Giorgi Mario Bergoglio, he was elected Bishop of Rome and absolute sovereign of the Vatican City after Pope Benedict XIV's historic voluntary resignation in over 600 years. And as our very own James Baraka narrates, Pope Francis was the first of the Catholic Church from South America, with his papacy being marked by a focus on compassion, dialogue, and inclusivity.
Many knew him as Pope Francis. However, upon his birth on December 17, 1936, as the eldest of 5 children in Buenos Aires, Argentina, he was named Jorge Mario Bergoglio. Against the norm, when he was elected Pope on March 13, 2013 at his 70s, just 2 weeks after his predecessor Pope Benedict XVI voluntarily resigned, Pope Francis chose a name that had never been used by any previous pope, a choice widely believed to reflect his intent to follow in the spirit of St. Francis of Assisi. In 2013, history was made when Pope Francis was announced as the leader of the Catholic Church, becoming the first pope from South America and the first from the Jesuits. Before becoming Pope, Bergoglio was the Cardinal of Buenos Aires and was known for his unique approach to various social issues. During his papacy, Pope Francis gained both the support of conservatives due to his cultural views and also became popular among reformists for his stance on various matters. Pope Francis' leadership was characterized by commitment to social justice and his support for the marginalized and the less fortunate, while his early life was marked by simplicity and dedication to his faith. In his youth, he pursued normal jobs and was a strong supporter of his local soccer club, a passion he maintained long after becoming a priest in 1969. However, his papacy was not without challenges, as some of Pope Francis' reforms within the Vatican bureaucracy faced significant opposition, particularly from conservative functions within the church who felt he was going against traditional teachings. May the Almighty God rest the soul of Pope Francis in eternal peace. James Baraka for KUTV.
And the Christian faithfuls from various parts of the country celebrated Easter by attending church services, while others congregated with their families to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. However, this year's celebration in some parts of the country appeared quiet, highlighting the tough economic times facing many Kenyans. For instance, in Migori County, only a small number of people graced entertainment spots and bus terminals. The day was also marked with sorrow among Catholic faithfuls who are mourning the death of Pope Francis, who passed away this morning after battling double bout of pneumonia. And rescue operations have been intensified in the search of the remaining 2 Kenyans who are trapped under the rubble of a sunken sewerage system after a structure where they were watching football caved in at Bamburi Mwisho Nyali constituency. Speaking while confirming the incident, Mombasa County Chief Officer for Disaster stated that the families of the 2 missing individuals will have to wait a little bit longer to know the fate of their loved ones as the county requests for additional equipment to aid in the recovery of their trapped kin.
Rescue efforts are ongoing in Bamburi Mwisho Nyali sub-county following the collapse of a makeshift video cafe into a 120-foot deep septic tank that was built more than 4 decades ago. The incident occurred on Sunday evening as dozens of football fans gathered at the video cafe to watch an English Premier League match. Mombasa County Chief Fire Officer Ibrahim Basafa has confirmed that only 2 bodies were still inside the septic tank, Contrary to earlier reports that suggested up to 4 people were trapped, one of those initially thought to be missing was later found safe at a nearby eatery and helped clarify the number of victims.
First initial report was 4. But then we confirmed even the third one who alikuwa ameambiwa tukampata hapa hoteli anakula maragwe na chapati. Akasema mimi ile uoga hata nilikimbia nikaenda nikakaa maana ile kushukuru Mungu nimekaa wala chapati hapo. So the other one also took off. Then we concluded that the only bodies ambazo ziko pale ndani ni 2.
The 2 confirmed victims are Abdul Aziz Abdallah and unidentified Matatu Tout, whose family is yet to come forward. Both had gone to the cafe to watch the football match when the floor suddenly gave way, plunging them into the tank below.
And this septic tank has been here for the last 40 years, and it's not possible for the government to know that mahali kama hapa there is a history of over 60 years that there is a septic tank beneath the video show.
Mwenyezi Mungu tu ape nguvu, ajalie kila laheri zoezi hili, Mwenyezi Mungu asonge karibu. Wanapofanya zoezi hili kusiwa na pingamizi yoyote, wapatikane kwa wakati na masaa ambapo Mwenyezi Mungu mwenyewe ambapo atajalia. Wanapopatikana pia ukuwe na uwezo, Mwenyezi Mungu atupe nguvu tukawastiri. Hii ni mitihani na mitihani hii hufika kila mmoja.
The area has been cordoned off and the county government is urging residents to cooperate and exercise patience as investigations continue into the illegal construction and lack of safety approvals that led to this tragedy. Brenda Nyongesa, KUTV.
Concerns have been raised about passenger safety after a lady was dragged on a MASH power bus from Nairobi to Mombasa. Delilah Akoth Omondi was on her way to Mombasa from Nairobi when she was allegedly dragged by a fellow male traveler and her possessions stolen. Miss Delilah claims she was dragged and sexually assaulted. Delilah states that she regained her consciousness in the hospital without her underwear or socks. Despite the incident being reported to the police, the bus company's management claims it does not have any information about the customer who was sitting next to her. The event has since raised alarm among passengers who are fond of traveling using the bus company.
When we got to Mtitoande, he got off the bus. I remained in the bus because normally when I travel, unless I need to use the toilet, I do not leave the bus. So he left, and then as the bus was almost leaving, I could see him outside na vikombe viwili akipoesha chai. So akapoesha chai, and then when the bus, and then he entered as the bus started moving. So alipofika karibu na pale nimeketi, mikono yake ilikuwa ina shake. So as it was shaking, he was pouring the tea on me, on my hands. Then he asked me, nimshikie ndio aweze kuketi. I held the cups, he sat down, and then when I wanted to hand them back, kaniambia ngojea kidogo, sijui nichukue, sijui bag, sijui nifanye nini, sijui niweke tablet. Then he took a bit longer. So nikachukua tu hizo vikombe nikamwekea hapo karibu na yeye. And then after that I turned to look at the window, and that was it. The next time I woke up on Wednesday at Coast General. I woke up, found 3 of my friends in hospital with me. Now when I was checking my clothes, I realized my underwear was not there. So now I started trying to find out, like, okay, where is my underwear? Who has my underwear? And so now I started trying to follow up with my friends, like, Mulini, did you find me with an underwear? Was I with an underwear? Because I know I wore an underwear and a panty liner.
All right, 16 minutes past the top of the hour. Time for us to take our first, very short commercial break. Coming up on the other side are more top stories. Keep it KUTV. Don't go too far.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your possessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more, only on Law Matters.
Na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka akawa tuzo, ukakamavu wake ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake nami Caroline Kimwele.
Baada ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila uoga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi, hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
You are watching KUTV Primetime News with Theo Macharia.
All right, welcome back to the broadcast, and let's continue bringing you up pace and candid with the latest making headlines in the world of news. Now, youths in Embu have been urged to prioritize their mental well-being and shun drug and substance abuse following the death of a middle-aged man by way of suicide. The deceased family, however, stated that while their kin had struggled with alcohol, there were no clear symptoms that he was suffering emotionally in the days preceding up to his death.
Nimeamka asubuhi kufanya kazi yangu ndo nikasikia hii mambo kutokea, nikaja hapa kwa Irene na nikapata kijana wake tunamuitanga Benjadi amejihang. Hiyo kitendo imefanya tukue na huzuni sana, juu si kitu ya kawaida kwa vijana, na tena vijana wa huku tuseme wanahitaji kazi juu wale wengi wamepoteza kazi zao, wanakaa idle. So tunaweza omba kama sisi wakaji wa huku vijana wetu wapate kazi.
Huyu amefa hapa ni bradhangu mkubwa kuniliko. So asubuhi tumempata amejiang. Alikuwa hana maneno mingi, alikuwa kijana wa kujitafutia. So ni huzuni tu hapa.
Naomba tu kama serikali waweza kutusaidia kwa counseling ya vijana, kwa maana inaonekana kuko na shida mingi sana ya vijana. Ukosefu wa kazi imefanya vijana wakae tu hivyo, kwa maana shida ya kazi imekuwa shida kubwa sana kwa vijana.
Embu Senator Alexander Munyi Mundigi has poured cold water on former Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i's alleged ambition to vie for presidency, asking him to first settle internal divisions in his home county of Nyamira. The senator also warned against early political campaigns, stating that the country should stay focused on growth.
Tumesikia ambaye alikuwa waziri ambaye wa security ambaye ni Mr. Matiang'i amerudi Kenya na watu ni kama wameanza siasa mapema. Ningeomba Mr. Matiang'i, na Matiang'i ametoka county inaitwa Nyamira County. Wa hiyo county ambaye parliament ya county ya Nyamira sahi wamekuwa kipigana, kuna mgawanyiko mkubwa sana. Kama anataka mambo ya siasa nzuri na watu wamheshimu, ningemuomba aende kwa ile county ya Nyamira. Imekuwa na vita ya MCA na governor juu ya uporanji wa pesa. Aende pale kitu ya kwanza aunganishe wale, na pia arundishe ile MCA pamoja, kwa sababu sahi kuko parliament mbili katika ile county. Pia hata hiyo kaunti ya Nyamira na kaunti ya Kisii simekuwa sikitengana kwa mpaka kupigana, ni kama watu wanja leto pamoja. Kwa hiyo ningemuomba before akuje aongea mambo ya siasa, aende aunganishe zile kaunti mbili. Saa hii si wakati wa siasa, kwa hivyo kwanza anjaribu hiyo.
Alright, and now it's time for us to get sporty on tonight's edition of News at 9 right here at KUTV, and we begin where the 5th edition of the Busia Cross-Border Marathon saw youths in the county encouraged to embrace sports, not only for their physical well-being but also as a pathway to national development. The event held at the Busia Polytechnic grounds attracted hundreds of young athletes who participated with vigor and hope for a brighter future.
The 5th edition of the Busia Cross-Border Marathon kicked off with pomp and excitement at the Busia Polytechnic grounds, attracting youth from both Kenya and Uganda. Addressing the event was Principal Administrative Secretary in the Office of the President, Arthur Osia, who emphasized the critical role of sports in youth empowerment and national development.
Mchezo ni kitu ya maana sana katika jamii, ni kitu ya maana sana katika afya yako kama mtu binafsi. Na mimi nataka kuzidi kuhimiza vijana wachukue hizi nafasi zinapotokea, kuhakikisha ya kwamba wanabaki wakiwa katika hali mzuri. Kwa sisi nahimiza vijana, tafadhali tutafute kitu ya kufanya, kama si hii iwe ile ingine ambayo inaweka wewe katika afya sawa, inaweka wewe katika mafikira mzuri na jamii itakuwa salama.
Maratha marathon organizer has cautioned youth along the Busia-Uganda border against engaging in drug abuse, highlighting the importance of overall fitness and wellness.
Vijana wetu wengi hapa mpakani ambao wanashiriki kwa madawa ya kulevya, na tunataka kuwahamasisha ili regulations za Kenya na za Uganda zipate kukuwa na uwiano ikikuja kwa mambo ya mihadarati, kuregulate mambo ya mihadarati, na above all maneno ya amani kati ya Kenya na Uganda, na biashara pia, economic empowerment and cross-border trade. Kwa wale ambao hawaendi kukimbia, unaweza shiriki kwa kupata matibabu ya afya yako, kujua hali yako ya kiafya.
And in fact, we are very happy to participate the Marathon Busia border, of which we know health is vital or paramount for our health. Free consultation, that is medical and surgical.
Pray together, we eat together, we live together. So we are here to join you for this run to show unity and solidarity.
Kimbia kwetu nyumbani. Mara mingi tunaenda kukimbia kule nje, but at least this time round tunakimbia nyumbani. Of which hapo pia tukikimbia nyumbani tuna motivate wengine pia wakuje.
The marathon not only celebrated cross-border unity but also served as a reminder of the untapped potential among youth in the region, ready to shine on the national and global stage through sports. Brenda Nyongesa, KUTV.
All right, and that comprehensive report by Brenda Nyongesa brings us to a close of tonight's bulletin. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we've had for you on tonight's edition of News at 9. And I hope you have been adequately informed as I delivered the news for the very last time on this platform. For the past 1 year, 4 months, KUTV has been more than just a newsroom. It has been my home. It is where I found my voice, where I grew both professionally and personally, and where I connected with all of you, our valued viewers, who welcomed me into your homes day after day. To my colleagues here at KUTV, thank you. Through long nights, breaking stories, laughter, and deadlines, we've created memories that I will cherish for a lifetime. To the management and the KUTV team, thank you for believing in me, for giving me a platform to tell stories that matter, and for pushing me to be better every single day. To you, our loyal viewers, thank you for your trust, your feedback, and your love. You've been the heartbeat of everything we do. Every smile, every email, every kind word on the street has meant the world to me. As I turn the page to a new chapter, I carry all these memories with me. It is not a goodbye forever. It is simply a new beginning. I am excited for the opportunities ahead and the chance to continue doing what I love. This is telling stories, informing the public, and being a voice for the people. Thank you for walking this journey with me. With love and endless gratitude, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Theo Macharia, and our sign language interpreter for tonight has been Margaret Miwi, and the entire team behind the scenes has decided to catch me by surprise.
We are so happy, Theo, to have you with us for the 1 year and 4 months, and this is just a form of appreciation from the KUTV News team, that is KUTV News Group and the technical department as well. As a team, through this, we're wishing you all the best. It says onward and upwards, Theo. We wish all the best for you, not just in K24, but far beyond K24. That is from us.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the amazing people that I have been privileged to work with for the past 1 year and 4 months. This is Sylvia. She has been my very good desk mate for all that period, 1 year and 4 months. My goodness, I didn't expect this. Nyamu here has been our producer for tonight, is the one who's handled the bulletin for tonight. My goodness, right here is Emmanuel Kutosi. We call him senior right here at KUTV. My goodness, I am actually out of words. I didn't expect this actually. This has just caught me by surprise. Onwards and upwards, Theo. Many thanks. Right here is Caroline Kimwele. She has been my boss since the year began. I don't know, Caro. I am utterly out of words. I am utterly out of words. Thank you. Thank you so much. My director tonight was Mutegi K. Martin. This is a lovely gentleman who has held my hand from day one since I joined KUTV. Also behind the lenses right here is Levis Ndomoto. My goodness, super technician. It has been such a pleasure working with him all through, and the entire amazing team here at KUTV, them right here in studio and them not here with us. I just want to say thank you so much once again for being together with me. As I've said, it's not goodbye forever, but just taking on new assignments. Ladies and gentlemen, goodbye and good night. So long.